the ambience of an urban walk. And this is hell. It could be. Meow. Today we're going to do a 20k walk, but we're not going to. We're going to walk for about maybe 3 to 6k just around a very urban park. It was built on the site of an old quarry. Parc du Lac-Beauchamps. Oops. So we've been walking for about 2 minutes and we're in the centre of Gatineau, surrounded by industrial pollution and people, and it's very pretty indeed. Definitely worth a hike. Not sure if you can see it, but the mica is glistening in the sun. Chimney. This is incredibly beautiful. You can see where they've scraped away everything to get to the rock. How's that for a fun trail marking? So now we're going from hot baking sun into the forest on the E route. So you need good footwear for this and lots of water. We're mostly walking on bedrock. Is that a scaredy cat aspen? Looks impressive from here. Feels really cool when you walk into the forest. It's one of the few old trees here. Mostly they're all very young. They started growing in 1959 when the quarry shut. And most of them are growing on absolutely almost no soil at all. So we've been walking 24 minutes on Trail E from Car Park 3. So we barely scratched the place. It's really beautiful. Very private as well, quiet. And there's homes literally just over there. The cool thing about mapless exploration is you can actually find stuff like this. Now in a wetland. Luckily it's not too wet and not quite so buggy. Gatineau Park, that would actually be a tourist attraction. Kitty just mentioned being lost, so 20 minutes later we've been lost for the last 10 minutes. So hopefully this will take us somewhere. Well, we found a path. That was very unpleasant. Very wet and very buggy. Beautiful birch colours. So I think this is actually not a good thing. It looks to me like these have been overstripped. Hopefully it won't kill the tree. You can see where the First Nations got their colour schemes from.
And they cut into it to get the bark.
If you're ever lost in the forest, people are always telling you to build this type of a thing. I mean, if there's a bunch of you and you're here for years and you've extra food and water, then fine, go for it. The problem I have with these is they're not windproof, they're not waterproof. You can't really light a fire inside safely. And overall, any heat in there is just going to evaporate through the top. Huge though. We lost for?
I don't know, 20 minutes?
Half an hour, I think. Alrighty. We'll stick to E until we get to La Plage. There's a nice erratic from when this place was 2 kilometers under the ice. People have been creative here. Very nice. Thankfully we've been in the forest for a while and I have no idea where that goes, but this does imply that we should go that way. So that's the way we're going to go. Hopefully we'll get to the beach soon.
Back at square one.
So this is a 4.5 kilometre thing. Pace on this stuff, we expected to spend about maybe an hour, maybe an hour 15. So an hour and 15 minutes later, we see this. At this point, Kitty thought that was our car. And so did I. It was a mirage. Hopefully we don't have to go down there. Hopefully we'll find the beach soon. Hopefully they serve alcohol at the beach.
I was sure it was the car.
Oh, me too, same colour from the light. Wow. There you go. I've been hearing screaming homeless people and now I can see a bit of water down there. We may be saved. What? What? The ambience of an urban walk. So the lake with the beach is over there and the big cliff there, so hopefully we can get out here without encountering the human wildlife. We seem to be on a ski route. So this is T3. I have no idea what T3 is, so I'll check the Canadian map. Canadian signage is generally like this. So before this we went to sail and I was badly behaved and was very grumpy at Kitty, and she just come up with a theory that at some point whilst we were in sail we actually died, and this is hell. It could be. Time for some more sun. Okay, an hour and a half after we set off and got hopelessly lost, we're back to where we began, I think. So all we have to do now Let's find the car and find the road. It's very, very little soil here, like it was all scraped off to the bedrock and dynamited to get the mica out of the quarry. So you can see how thin it is, how thin the ground is, so the roots are on top of this thing and they're just clinging and they're just basically grabbing whatever they can, twisting themselves. Amazing landscape. So an hour and 35 minutes after we set off, we are back where we started. There's a trusty vegan steed. There we are, that's going to be our destination. No doggy dogs. Passage Andre des Paquets. Out for ticks. We have arrived at the beach. Plage. Owing to the fact there's no river into this and no river out, it's just basically a bunch of scooped out rock full of water and children are in diapers. We're not going in, which is somewhat disappointing. It's also not very deep from the look of it. So that's it from this very odd little walk we did, which was much harder than I expected. And take care. Toodles. This has been a 2024 Sleeping in Quebec Terrier production.